Hi, theory students. We are cranking along throughout the semester. We've already done our first 5 modules, and our next group of modules are all clumped together. They are 3 straight weeks of investigating, researching, and applying different theorists and their theories to our own opinions and our future practice into the classroom. So right here is all you really need for the next 3 weeks of things to submit. I'm actually going to make you 2 videos. I will put the second video down here so you can see it. But we are going to have 2 videos. This informational video that you're watching right now is going to talk about overall what this project is about. And then the second video that I'm going to make is going to cover due dates and where to submit things. It's just too much to lump them together. So first, let's do big picture what we are looking at. If I click on this second link right here, it's going to bring me to the Theorist project website. You can see right here. You can read right here what this project is about. If you click on this video right here, it gives you an example of a digital story. One of the options that you can do at the end of this project to practice your speaking and an academic language is to record either a podcast or a digital website. And so here's an example of one. If I go to goals, I can see all 9 things that I need to do over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so I can see that I need to review the Theorist project website. You are going to make contact with your research partner, and you're only working with that research partner in this, this step right here, number 3. Together, you are going to be assigned a theorist, and you are going to combine your efforts to research this theorist. You are going to research what historical times they lived in, a timeline of their lives, interesting facts, how their life applies to today's education system, why we might be studying them, and also some key terms that we use that they came up with. The next thing we're going to do is, on your own, you're going to write a historical background narrative. These theorists make a lot more sense if we understand the times that they were living in. If we can understand when they were living in, a lot of times it makes sense on some of their opinions towards education or the institution or even children. That historical narrative is eventually going to end up on a Google site like the one that you see here. Your end product is to create a Google site to share with your peers so they can then investigate, research, and learn about the theorists that you have already developed the website on. So you're going to go through, you're going to do some peer editing of this historical background narrative, and then you are going to draft a storyboard or script for either a podcast or a digital story, and you're going to produce that script or digital story. And again, it is just a way for you to almost lecture or talk to or make an infomercial about your assigned theorist. From there, you are going to upload a bunch of things to a Google site that you've created, and that product, your website, is going to be given to your classmates so they can, again, learn about everything that you have put together. You might be saying, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do any of this. That's okay. I will walk you through every single thing. Right here is a link on a video tutorial on how to make a Google site. This right here tells us everything that should be on our Theorist informational Google site. And so it goes through there. You can design it any way you want to. Google Sites, you want to choose one of the new sites. They still call it a new Google site because they've updated some of their systems. So make sure you're building a new Google site. And then this right here is everything that you need. So you can decide what pages you want to have on your Google site, what other projects that you would like to put on there, where you want to put the timeline, where you want to put your podcast or your digital story. All of that is going to be on there. If I go back again, so this shows me how to do it. This shows me what to put on it. Let's say you need help making a tutorial or doing a timeline. Here's a tutorial on how to do a timeline in Google Slides, and here is a tutorial on how to do a timeline in a Google spreadsheet, and then here is how to create that timeline. So these are the things that need to be included on your timeline, but remember, you're working with a partner to do those tasks, and so it is really half the work. Your historical narrative info right here. These are the things that when you're writing your paper about the historical narrative, what are you going to include? There's all of those things. You might be hearing dogs in the background of this video. And then here is also for your podcast or digital story. Here are tutorials on how to do either one of those. Remember, you're only doing one, you're not doing both. So a timeline, just in case you're like, oh my goodness, there's so many due dates. This is when every single thing is due. Okay, and this is for the first 2 weeks. The third week will include you writing your personal reflection on the theorists and how they apply to your life, and then also a theory quiz. The last page here, excuse me, is a list of the theorists that we're covering and a couple more that are very common in the education system. This is just linking you to the Wikipedia page. The only reason why I did that is I want to make sure that you are studying the right Erik Erikson and the right Jean Piaget. So that'll just get you off on a good start. Again, at the end of this, you will have a website that you have designed. Many of you have taken instructional technology and you've already designed one of these websites. And you can also link this website off of your professional website, showing all the things that you have done just to be a continual learner. The next video will include the due dates of when things are due and where to post those items. Again, if you have any questions on anything, please let me know, because most likely your peers have the same question and I would love to answer it in a whole group just to make it easier for everyone.